Chris Honorato and the closer, Brian Mariano, in for Roger here on Big Board Sports 104.5 The Team. The Belmont is on Saturday. No, there is no Triple Crown bet this year. No, we will not have the Kentucky Derby winner or the Preakness winner in the field this year, but the way Naira has set up the card for Belmont Stakes Saturday is what, closer, going back a few years now. Yeah. It's become a major Saturday in the world of horse racing, and nobody better to break it all down for us than NBC track announcer. And of course, you'll hear his voice all summer long in Saratoga. Larry Collmus joins us here on 104.5 The Team. Larry, good morning. Chris and Brian with you here. How are you?
Morning, guys. Good to talk to you. Everything is going well here at Belmont Park right now, getting ready for the Thursday card, the first of three, which should be a lot of fun days.
And I know you'll get rolling here soon. We won't keep you long, but I want to ask you about the experience yesterday with the draw, and then closer will kind of pick your brain on some of the horses in the field here. We talked about building up Belmont Stakes Saturday, and Naira has done that, and then a draw, Larry, at Rockefeller Center. How cool was that?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We've done that for the past few years, and it's really gone well. I think people get a kick out of being able to go down there and check out the scene of Manhattan for a day, and then gets us away from the track for an afternoon, and then we get right back to business the next day. But it was pretty good. In fact, I made a stop right before it at Saks Fifth Avenue, and I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, but I made the cheapest purchase of all time there. I ran out of collar stays, so I spent $8 at Saks Fifth Avenue. I was very excited about that.
$8 for collar stays. I mean, those are some Saks Fifth Avenue collar stays.
And plastic ones, too.
Larry, the big news out of yesterday's draw was the scratch of Classic Empire. What can you tell us? What exactly happened there? Because obviously now, Chris mentioned we don't have the Kentucky Derby winner or the Preakness winner. This was going to be the clear-cut favorite. What exactly happened with Classic Empire?
He had an issue with one of his hooves, unfortunately, and because of that, he just wasn't able to make it on Saturday. It's one of those things that comes up, and it's something you never want to see happen. But the horse is fine. He just won't be able to race on Saturday. And I was talking with his assistant trainer Norm Cassie, and they're looking forward to Saratoga and the Travers, and so I think we'll be seeing him there. Hopefully, you know how this game is, but hopefully, if all is right, he'll be there, and hopefully we'll get a lot of great horses for the Travers this year. I'm sure we will.
Larry, Irish War Cry instilled as the morning line favorite at 7-2. This horse ran really well at the Wood Memorial and then just had a rough trip in the Kentucky Derby. Is he deserving as the morning line favorite?
I think so. It's Eric Donovan, who does the morning line here, does a tremendous job. And boy, that's a tough race to make a morning line on because, again, you don't have the Derby winner. You don't have the Preakness winner. You had a clear-cut favorite. And then the morning, within an hour of having to put the morning line out, that horse is out too. So, here you go, and you have to reconnoiter everything and try to figure it out. I think he's right on with Irish War Cry. I mean, he did win the Wood Memorial. He's a very accomplished horse, and the Kentucky Derby could have been an aberration for him. And he is kind of an inner and an outer. He seems to run well every other time, and this would be his on time if that continued.
Larry, the 11 Epicarus, and I think I'm saying that right. I don't know how you do this with some of these names, my friend. I mean, the horse coming from Japan, and now he's had issues this morning. Do you have any updates on that?
The latest I heard is that they're seeing how things go with him. That he's being treated, and hopefully he'll still be a go. As of now, he's planning on running on Saturday. The connections are trying their best to get him in, and hopefully that would be the case. I mean, it would be a real bummer if he ends up not running. So we're our fingers crossed that everything's okay with Epicarus, and he'll be up to the task on Saturday. But as of now, we're totally not sure yet.
And Larry, one more for the local connections here. Chad Brown sends out Twisted Tom, who's won 3 in a row. Had a really good work at Belmont this past week as well. Do you give this horse a chance? I mean, 20-1, but should I at least go to the window and have a couple dollars on him?
In this field, why not? I mean, it really it's got the feeling of one of those Belmont Stakes where anything can happen, like the year that Sarava won at 70-1. I don't think there'll be any 70-1 shots in this field. It's more like a field where there's so much competition and a level playing field here that anybody can have a chance to win. And Chad seems to think that this horse will really do well at 1.5 miles. And if Chad seems to think that, I'm gonna say, okay, let's go with what Chad thinks, because I don't think there's too many people doing better in this game than he is right now.
Larry Collmus with us here on Big Board Sports 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio. He'll have the call, of course, of the Belmont Stakes on Saturday on News Channel 13 and NBC, and then you will hear his voice all summer long in Saratoga. Larry, a few days ago, the weekend, at least here in upstate New York, was looking really good. The temperatures have remained in the forecast anyway to be low 90s, but now it looks like some rain. What is Belmont, New York, looking forward to over the weekend?
Hopefully everything will be good. I did not check the forecast yet this morning. The last I had seen as of yesterday was a clear sunny day for Belmont Stakes Day. I'm going to be very, very selfish and root for clouds to show up around the time of the Belmont Stakes, because it makes my viewing of the race much, much easier. There's no rain, just clouds. That's all I'm asking for.
Larry, take us through that, though. 1.5 mile long race. I mean, especially for you, you're going to call a 2-mile race on Friday. Take me through that, man. You're used to calling 6 furlongs. Now you're going 1.5 miles. How exactly do you prepare for something like that?
Yeah, you really, there's not a huge difference. You just have to pace yourself like the jockeys have to pace their horses, and know that you've got a long way to go. It was really an interesting scenario for me when American Pharoah won the Belmont, because there's so much unbelievable excitement in the air leading up to the race, and you know that this horse has got a major chance at a Triple Crown. And they break out of the gate, and here's the Belmont Stakes starting, and you realize, okay, ease back a little bit. Take it easy. We've got a long way to go. Just like Victor Espinosa's got to tell American Pharoah, okay, buddy, we're not there yet. So I do the same thing. I just sort of, I sort of like when they come out of the gate, I go with the crowd's excitement, and then I rein myself back in a little bit and just sort of gradually build it back up to a crescendo. And I think that's how you have to handle that. And when we have the 2-mile race tomorrow, that's completely different. You just sort of just dawdle along early with the horses, because they'll be going really slow early on, and so will your race call. You just sort of go with the flow, and when the action picks up, your voice picks up, and the tempo picks up, and it all works out.
Yeah, I mean, besides the American Pharoah year, the last 3 years or so have been really close finishes. Last year with Creator, and then the California Chrome year prior to that. Are you expecting this type of call like that down the stretch to where anyone can win this race?
You really can't expect anything. With American Pharoah, you had expectations of what you want to say if this horse is all by himself and is able to achieve history. And luckily he allowed me to do that day. But the other 2 Belmonts that I called, we had California Chrome. This is when I was doing it for NBC, and Tom Durkin was doing it for the House. And you're like, the story is all about him. And here's this dramatic finish at the end with Tonalist winning by a head. And then last year, with no Triple Crown on the line, you had this dramatic finish that I couldn't even call. It was so close. So you never know what you're going to have, and you have to prepare for any possible scenario.
Closer, how many days are we from opening day at Saratoga?
We got about 6 weeks. Is that right, Larry?
Yeah, we're getting close, right? I mean, it seems like it's right around the corner. Once the Belmont Stakes is over, everybody's mind seems to turn to Saratoga, because that's the next. Well, obviously we've got the Stars and Stripes Festival here at Belmont, but then after that, it's all about Saratoga. So it'll be soon, and I'll tell you what, you guys know how much fun I have up there. I can't wait. It's 6-7 weeks of just the greatest time there is, and I will be there with bells on, as they say.
Larry, you still got 3 big days of racing to call now. What do you got? A few throat lozenges on the side to get through all of these races?
Yes, I need a sponsorship from Ricola. I've got them right here waiting, and we're good to go.
Larry, thanks so much for the time. We always appreciate it. Will you find a way to watch Yankees Red Sox tonight?
I probably won't, especially after what happened last night. But we'll see. I may slip in a little bit. For those that don't know, I do root for the Red Sox. Sorry about that.
Larry, look forward to the call on Saturday as always, and look forward to seeing you up in the Spa City. Thanks for taking the time this morning.
Okay, guys. See ya.